Do you want to study better but less? You came to the right place. Hello everybody and welcome back to PSCD for everyone. Today I'm going to discuss a number of simple studying strategies that have been proven to work. But before I start, did you know that all the information in the world could be divided into two groups, facts or concepts? A fact is something that requires remembering, for example a historical date. On the other hand, a concept requires the understanding of a process. For example, the steps one must take to do a long multiplication. The first strategy is probably the one most of us are aware of, but choose to ignore. I'm referring to studying in small chunks throughout the year and avoiding last-minute cramming. Research has shown that people who cram their studies before exams actually perform worse than those who don't. You might ask, what is a small chunk? A chunk is around half an hour focusing on the same topic, with a 5-minute break between each chunk. A whole study session is made up of several of these chunks, using a combination of resources that I will be mentioning later. The second strategy is closely related to the first one. This strategy focuses on practice. As the English saying goes, practice makes perfect. To get something memorized, we need to revise it. The more we revise, the more likely it would be permanently stored in our long-term memories, in a process known as rooting. This rooting or memorization process requires that we not only practice, but we also leave a couple of days before we revisit the topic that we have studied earlier. Now I'm going to introduce the third approach, flashcards. Flashcards are different from the usual way most of us study, which is taking notes and highlighting. While taking notes is important, highlighting has been proven to do more bad than good, if not done well. The good qualities of flashcards are they help us to be focused when learning new concepts. They also help us to organize information in a short but easy way to understand. When information is organized in a clear way, we are more likely to remember it. Factual flashcards can use acronyms such as Richard of York gave battle in vain to remember the colors of the rainbow. You might also choose to improve your flashcards by using colors and drawings, so you could make use of your own visual memory. For example, if I want to remember what imperative means, draw an emperor giving out orders. Color-coding flashcards, according to their topic, is also an easy way to organize them, so you could quickly revise whatever you need. Revision sessions can be turned into a quiz, where someone could question your understanding of a topic just by using these flashcards. One of the best ways to learn a difficult subject is by trying to teach it to others. This actually makes it easier for our brains to remember. This method is known as the Feynman Technique. Richard Feynman, also known as the Great Explainer, used to say that the ultimate proof that someone has really understood a concept is their ability to explain it in simple terms to someone else. This method has a number of steps. First, write down what you want to learn. Second, explain the idea in simple language through the use of examples and drawings. Third, find any gaps in your understanding and fill in these gaps using your textbooks and notes. Fourth, try to simplify the idea even further without leaving anything important out. Finally, teach what you have learned to someone else while looking out for any gaps in your understanding. Nowadays, easy access to different technologies and online resources makes learning through teaching easy to do. Most of you might have never heard that studying in the same place at the same time is actually proven to increase your success at learning. When we study in the same place, we condition our brains to associate that particular area to studying. This area should be dedicated primarily for studying and nothing else. Furthermore, studying in the same spot reduces time wastage, as you don't need to keep getting up to get books or tools you might need for your studies. This might be a non-brainer. Switch off your electronic devices or anything that could cause a distraction. As for you music lovers that like to study with background music, unfortunately, research considers this a distraction too. So before we conclude, let me mention the 5 strategies again. Study in small chunks and spread out your studies. Practice, practice, and practice. Make use of flashcards. Study as if you need to teach what you learned, and study in the same quiet place and if possible at the same time. You could find notes in the comment section below and the learning app to test your knowledge on studying skills. Hope you find these points useful, and please hit the subscribe button below so I could continue making more content. Until we meet again, take care, stay safe, and happy learning.